Hey, Fight
Good
Kitties. Good
morning.
morning. Oh,
What is
man.
going on, you guys? My name is Lexi,
And I'm Lady J.
and
Oh,
it's
my
time for
goodness.
Kickass
Kick
and
ass and
Coffee.
coffee.
There is a lot to talk about today.
There is, and it's been a crazy Friday morning. And oh,
Yeah,
man. Let me
it was
just,
funny. We had a little mic
we had a
situation. I
demon
was
in the
like,
mic.
yeah.
Mike Demon's
So
like, Lady J, what's going on with you this morning?
I know it like took over your voice. I'm like, are they playing a joke on me? But no. All right, guys, let's get started with some
Fight
Fight
Buzz.
Buzz.
Okay, so AEW Revolution is like right around the corner, like literally like next
Yeah,
weekend, let around the
next
corner.
weekend.
Oh my goodness. So there was a huge match that I was looking forward to because I love me some Ray Phoenix and Pentagon action, but yeah, our guy Ray Phoenix, he had an injury back when the Lucha
Yeah.
Bros defended their AEW World Tag Team title against the Jurassic Express, and he freaking he got a choke slam through a table. Phoenix landed on his arm, totally screwed up his arm, and he still hasn't recovered.
Yeah, so he's not expected to make a return until next month. So unfortunately, he's not going to be there for Revolution, which is kind of sad. A lot of people were upset about that.
Yeah, he wasn't there for the. I mean, he was at the AAA Rey de Reyes, but he's like, I can't wrestle, and oh man,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a bummer.
yeah.
And Moose has been like the top star in Impact Wrestling lately, and he's been working really hard to maintain his role. But unfortunately, he also is dealing with an injury.
Oh
Oh,
man,
I know. The Impact World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, he shared in an interview with PW Insider that he's been working through a torn labrum.
what is that?
I don't know.
I'm like,
Let me look
what
that
is a
up.
labrum?
Labrum.
Like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's like
Uh,
up in your shoulder.
oh, yeah. That's what
Ooh,
it looks like.
it's like the
So,
cartilage in the ball and socket. Oh, dang,
ugh.
that sounds bad.
Yeah. So he says that he's been feeling really rough and he's going to have to take an extended period of time off to just kind of take care of the situation, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that sucks because like last Saturday at the hello, good morning.
Oh,
It's a
good
beautiful
morning.
morning. All right.
So yeah, he actually was also like played an entire season in the NFL with a torn rotator cuff. Isn't that
Oh,
insane?
you think you'd get benched for that? Like, how do
Yeah.
you do anything with a torn rotator cuff?
Oh,
I don't know. But like, so he had just retained his title against W. Morrissey, and he's supposed to make his next title defense at Sacrifice, which is the Impact's big event, March 5th. I don't know why everyone's having everything March 5th. I've been looking at the calendar. I'm like, okay, we got the AEW Fan Fest during the day starting at noon. And then that same night, we have the Control Your Narrative event in Orlando as well. I'm like, it's going to be a long day and a long night.
yeah. It feels like it's WrestleMania weekend because everything is there's
Yeah,
just so
and
much
then it's gonna be
happening.
like, bam, April,
Yeah.
entire month of April, wrestling nonstop all the time. I just saw freaking Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, like who's gonna be on there, and that's also gonna be in Dallas. Like Josh Barnett, we got Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt doing his thing out there too. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know. So much in the Wrestleverse.
There is so much, but there's always so much. I've just never seen such a hectic, packed weekend. Yeah.
But like for this, yeah, this weekend. Oh, hello. Oh, this is from you're an old neck of the woods.
Good morning. Greetings from Connecticut. Yay. My CT people.
Talking
So
about
yes.
CT.
talking about, CT. Yes.
Headquarters of WWE is out there, and Mr. Vince McMahon was supposed to be on Retribution's original leader.
Yeah. I thought that was a little shocking. Like,
yeah. That was like that whole group that everyone kind of hated with like really bad like nicknames. It's like this was, of course, like during the summer of COVID, 2020, the summer of COVID. And the group was like wrecking the WWE Performance Center inside and out. It was all these like black shadowy characters with all these like NXT stars who, by the way, I've been like, wait a second, where is Dominic Dijakovic, sorry, who they called him T-Bar.
Yeah.
And like Dio Madden, they called him Mace. Shane Thorne, they called him Slapjack. Mercedes Martinez, because her name isn't cool enough, Retaliation. And Mia Yim was Reckoning. But you didn't know because they're all wearing a freaking black mask. And then like Mustafa Ali was the leader. Like, shut up. And then Vince McMahon was supposed to be like the kingpin leader.
Yeah, they talked about it on the 2-Man Power Trip podcast. Never heard of it before this, but it's kind of a cool name. So they started talking about like why the group even fell apart to begin with. It turns out it was because of like the timing of everything, and like WWE was running with very limited roster at the time because it was like the peak of COVID, right? That's like 2020. Yeah. So yeah, as time went on, I just kind of like, I don't know, didn't kind of died out, but like they did mention that pitch names for like the leaders were like Shane McMahon, Edge, or Vince McMahon. So kind of interesting.
I wish they would have like at least let it run a little bit longer, because it was like, oh yeah, that was a random blip and all those people, we don't even see them anymore, like they're all gone.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Oh man. And talking about people leaving WWE,
oh boy, Ezekiel Jackson has addressed his in-ring future 8 years after a WWE exit. So,
oh my.
Yeah, he is a former WWE Intercontinental Champion and ECW World Heavyweight Champion. He recently confirmed that he has not retired from in-ring competition. The 43-year-old worked for WWE from 2007 to 2014. It's like 7 years. But he also appeared on Lucha Underground, Impact Wrestling, and he actually said that a lot of people like took out of context his last match that he had in 2015. So I guess he had said like it was a good final match, but it wasn't like his final match.
It wasn't his retirement. He didn't leave his boots in the ring.
Yeah, he did not leave his boots in the ring. And he was like, everybody on Twitter just heard I said final match and they ran with it. So I don't know. Are we going to see him again?
That was at the German promotion WXW, which is really cool. I mean, this is like deep into like the indies stuff, but like, yeah, I know Tommy Mac's like, oh yeah, they're great. And like, so you got that great German promotion. And then we got, our NXT UK guys too. And oh man. Manuel's like, hold up.
Uh-oh.
Dude.
See. Is it true that Stone Cold Steve Austin is coming back to WWE again or WrestleMania?
It's buzzing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just build a ring in your house for nothing.
I know. We were like, I think we're definitely going to see some Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes,
hell yeah.
Definitely will. So back to our NXT UK tag team. The Mustache Mountain expressed that they want to have a face-off against Randy Orton and Riddle.
The RK Bro versus the Mustache Mountain.
That would be kind of epic. But he actually said those aren't his first 2 picks.
Oh?
Yep. He's got the Usos. Is that how you say it?
Usos.
And the New Day.
He's like, those are. Yeah, I would like to see the New Day again.
Yeah, that'd be exciting. I mean, those are his top 2. And he's like, if we have time to spare, we can go for a quick 2-on-2 with Riddle and Randy Orton.
Oh, dang. They're like, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. So WWE, we got our Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. They're set for night 1 of WrestleMania 38 because it is 2 nights this time.
Yes.
Never before has it been 2 nights. Who do they think they are? New Japan? Just kidding.
Luckily, there's not going to be people sleeping in the audience.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
Hopefully. And speaking of WrestleMania, there's actually a really good reason why Edge's promo was very vague. There's a lot of talk about it on Twitter.
I thought it was clear.
What happened?
I thought it was clear. I'm like,
we have our
I want a
speculation.
phenomenal match with that phenomenal one who just re-signed his contract for big money.
He sure did. WrestleVotes is reporting that WrestleMania card is super fluid. There is a lot that is subject to change. There's so vague around the promo because they just are just very flexible. To this day, I don't even think they know.
That's all I ever hear is like, all right, like I couldn't even imagine being one of the writers. They're like, okay, we just spent hours lining up the next few months. We got these, matches set, and then it's like 5 minutes before. Yeah, just scrap that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? It's like, all right, Lex, I know we took all these notes on what's going on in the news, but let's just start from the top.
Yeah. I would have been like, no. Please no. But speaking of WWE, they are just all up in the news today.
Today's WWE. Yesterday was like AEW.
Yes, yesterday was all AEW. But Rhea Ripley says that she nearly got fired several times from NXT before changing her look.
Why?
So she appeared on My Love Letter to Wrestling with Mark Andrews to talk about her NXT career, and she basically said that when it came to her hair or the things that she wore, she wasn't allowed to be very creative. But this is something that isn't new. I feel like I've heard that a lot.
I like her new look.
I do like her new look.
But yeah, and I guess the hard part is, okay, so they're not allowed to be all that creative. But from what I understand, they'll have to make their own gear too. So it's you gotta be the jack of all trades. You got to be able to talk. You got to look good. You got to be able to sew or find someone who can make stuff for you. And you got to be able to wrestle and stay up all night and train all day. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's a lot. I didn't even realize that they had to make their own, whatever they wear, they have to make it their own.
Was it Bianca Belair was talking about her gear for the Elimination Chamber and how her sewing machine freaking broke, so she had to hand stitch part of her gear, and her thumbs were all
oh
yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, no thank you. I could not do that. But I think that's all we've got for our fight bug segment. Oh my god, I cannot speak today. I did not have enough coffee. I'm sorry, guys. Fight buzz.
We'll move on to Good Morning Jab while Lexi gets some more coffee.
Yes. So this is all in the news.
It is, but it's kind of old now. Everyone's been talking about it since yesterday when I'm like, should we drop everything and talk about this? I'm not really surprised. It's kind of sad that Cesaro is no longer under contract with WWE. It's a little bit different than being released or asking for your release.
Yes. His deal expired with the company, and it seems as though they came to an agreement on the terms, and due to his contract expiring, he is not under a non-compete clause. So he is able to go, at any promotion, really.
Does that mean he's a free agent, Lexi?
Yeah.
Another one of those free agents. Jay White was calling out all those free agents.
I don't know. I think
Jay
he is
White versus Cesaro. Maybe that could be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. And it turns out that a lot of people, I mean, this isn't a surprise, but a lot of people did love him. They were really disappointed that he was leaving. And they did offer him a new contract, but he turned it down. Yeah.
That's kind of a little bit of a burn.
It sure is.
Thank you, but no thank you.
Thank you, but no thank Thank you. And I'm wondering if it has anything to do with this. So back in 2015, McMahon appeared on Stone Cold's Broken Skull like sessions podcast that he has. And it was stated that Cesaro felt that he basically was calling him boring.
Oh.
Like, yeah, he was like saying that like Cesaro was like not his like first choice, and like more or less was basically just saying that he was like boring. And I'm like, that's kind of mean.
And that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah. So he's like, the second that contract was up, he's like, I'm out.
Dang.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I didn't even see Cesaro in like the Elimination Chamber, and that was noted. People are like, why isn't Cesaro? Like, they couldn't find anything for him to do, even in the freaking Royal Rumble when like everybody comes out.
Yeah. It's crazy. And he actually liked a bunch of tweets from fans that were saying they were upset that he wasn't there. And so people could already tell that he was a little bit upset and unhappy being in the company.
I know, Billy. Tell them. Cesaro is totally awesome.
Yes.
I'm like, you guys spend this. I love it when he like spins them around. I'm like, yes, keep him spinning. Like, he's just a really strong guy, and he is not like a freaking ridiculous bodybuilder guy, but it's like, he's a good wrestler. The man had like all his teeth knocked in his mouth. Like, there was this one match, I'll never forget it. Like, all his upper teeth were literally shoved up into his freaking mouth, and he finished the match.
Oh my God.
He finished the freaking match. I think he had some major oral. He had like this like night guard thing that he had to wear like forever. This like crazy mouthpiece because like all of his freaking teeth were so jacked up.
That is crazy. And I don't know. I think we might be able to see him in Impact, New Japan. I mean AEW.
We have an argument being made over here.
Oh no! What is our argument?
Someone is saying, yeah, I do remember this when he had like the bar, like him and freaking Sheamus were like, "We're the bar." They had that little ring, they had that run, but like that's like old now.
Yeah.
And like he had a tiny little stint with like Roman Reigns, but like, I mean, you can't fit the man in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I don't think it was like one specific thing that made him upset. I think it was just multiple things like piled up, and he just decided it wasn't the place for him.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, there is an open challenge to free agents out there with New Japan. I mean, or maybe he's going to retire. Who knows? But we will be following Cesaro.
We will be. So I don't know. Jay White versus Cesaro, maybe.
I mean, okay, so or are we going to freaking see him at the Control Your Narrative?
Oh my God.
Can you imagine freaking Cesaro on one of those really dark and creepy promos wearing like those new goat masks? He's like, I'm tired of this. Don't you tell me that I'm boring. I'll show you who's boring.
That would be epic. But that is all we've got for our morning jab. So let's move on to some fluffy news.
Okay, so yesterday we had a new subscriber, and we're like,
sure did.
What? Who is this Ninja Mac? And Tommy Mac was like, oh, dude, check this out. And I'm like, Lexi, let us share who this Ninja Mac is. And I'm a big fan of Loki. So let's check out this Loki versus Ninja Mac. I don't think we'll get in too much trouble for sharing it.
I don't think we will. So we can go like to 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's maybe even longer. It's not AEW and it's not WWE or freaking The Rock. So
Ninja Mac is going to have to make this match into, the high flying
using his gear.
They're going to have to use that Daredevil style that Loki is going to have.
With the black mask. That's our guy.
He has
Ninja
had
Mac.
issues with the Supreme High Flyer.
Look at that. Remember the amazing
and
unintended battles with the likes of the Amazing
Hitman,
Red, Chris Sabin, AJ Styles, you name it.
I just realized the other guy has like a
with battles like
tie
this
on.
alone.
character
Ninja Mac
this
could be
time.
next in line with the way he's going.
And also, Low Key was the
No.
first ever Ring of Honor
If
World
anyone's
Champion.
been following,
Just to show you the
Look at
impact.
that! A moonsault
GCW.
catches
Was it
back in that
GCW
way.
that was here in Texas? And it was like freezing.
I think it was.
Yeah,
And again, how does he not?
like
Let's see
freaking
how this
converted
match
some of our
ends.
guys. But yeah, that's
No!
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wait a minute, into a victory roll! Oh!
bam.
God.
Oof. Yeah, it's good wrestling, people. It's good
It
wrestling.
really is.
Check it out. So yeah, some Ninja Mac versus Low Key action on the Fight Kitties.
Yeah, we've got a new subscriber and he's a badass. So look at that.
Yep.
And Drew McIntyre details how he took the John Cena approach when he went to rehab after his
Sick.
WWE
What is the
return.
John Cena approach?
I didn't even know what that even meant. I was like,
I
maybe
know.
Jackie
I'm like,
can
what
help
does that
me.
mean?
So basically he had a really bad neck injury. So
Mhm.
many injuries today. Oh my goodness. So he'd been working with this injury since day one. And yeah, there was like this belief that like with this like cervical neck strain, there was also severe contusions, and he was going to return before WrestleMania, but he didn't want to miss Royal Rumble. And he actually dropped a lighting ring on his head, like while they were there.
What?
Yeah. Went to the doctors. They told him that he wouldn't be able to come back for a while. So they said he wasn't going to make it to the Rumble or WrestleMania. WrestleMania was like a possibility. So he went straight to rehab, and he says that he had the John Cena approach with rehab with every injury. So I'm like, what does that even really mean?
Like, I didn't know the Peacemaker had a special way of rehabbing.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I didn't either. I didn't even know that was like a thing.
Well, I guess he just heals very quickly.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes,
Oh,
because he was
man.
supposed to not be back, and then he ended up being there for Elimination Chamber. And as we saw, McIntyre beat Moss, and Madcap Moss took a very scary bump to the head. Oh,
Check it out.
thanks, Billy. I finally got a
know.
shirt.
Take it to the ring.
Yes, you guys can get that in the description down below. We've got.
I'm
our
totally
merch
gonna
link.
wear it when we go to like the Control Your Narrative show and be like, Titan, take it to the ring is in the house. Oh, the one who makes for whom the trolls cry. Come on.
We got to get him a shirt.
Oh God, we'd have to get like a 3-4 XLT.
Oh my God, because he's so built. Oh my goodness. And we've got Kurt Angle, who is just living his best life.
Yeah.
He is in the best shape of his life, as what it seems as of Twitter. So yeah, he posted a picture of himself. He's on vacation in Miami, and doesn't look like he's making a return in ring.
Okay, so we're checking out this like ab picture of freaking Kurt Angle, and I was doing like a run, just a run through, and the trollers were like freaking trolling on Chris Jericho's abs. They're like, wait a second, buddy, where did those abs come from? They're like, you've been a little paunchy lately. How do you now have like all these cut abs? Do you go get some cosmetic surgery to have like your abs, like, I don't know, whatever they do weird things like that. And he's like, no, friggin' haters. I mean, if Kurt Angle can have his abs back, why can't Chris Jericho?
That's true.
Because the abs are made in the kitchen, is what I've been told.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never really had those, so I have no idea. But yeah, Angle has turned down offers, including one from AEW. He was supposed to return for WWE like after the Royal Rumble. Didn't happen. So he's just living his best life, and I don't see him coming back.
Okay, so we're talking about how he's on vacation in Miami with his wife Giovanna, and So it's Kurt Angle's wife and Randy Orton's wife. They have a podcast now, and they were talking to Renee
really?
about it. And it's like the wives of wrestling or something like that. And they do all the like behind the scenes stories about what it's like to be a wife of a wrestler.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
exciting.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Let's check our comments real quick. Manuel's like,
Ooh.
yep. Lovin'. Lexi's got like
Love
the
the
take it
shirt.
to the ring.
Thanks.
I've got my
Yes.
super fantastic comics. I love the robot monster. Can't give this shirt up. It's like super old from a comic book store in Joshua Tree.
Oh, we have a Keith. Keith, we missed you
yeah.
this morning.
Well,
Yeah,
he's on.
Keith, you did miss it.
Yeah, we were
Cesaro's
talking about
leaving.
Cesaro.
Yeah, unfortunately. What a shame. But
Billy agrees.
like we
He's
said,
like,
we saw it coming.
but we're just not surprised. We're like,
Yeah.
you know what? You can move on to bigger and better things, Cesaro.
Yeah, you sure can. So let's just move on to keeping it strong style.
Oh,
All
dang.
right.
Okay. We showed that crazy lineup of all the New Japan Cup
So
freaking
crazy.
matches. And so, yeah, we have eight singles matches. Like, that's more than a regular New Japan show.
That's crazy. Let's show you guys. Look at this. We've got Sema versus Taka Michinoku. I believe that's how you say his name. We have Toru Yano versus Taichi. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Yo. And oh my goodness, there's just so many. How are they getting this all done in one day?
You know, I was checking the news and there was some, oh man, I totally lost it. I know. There's like movement in like the Japanese wrestling.
Oh, really?
Come on. Anyways, move on to the next story because I'm going to try and find it real quick.
Oh, someone commented and they said, wait, Michinoku's still a
I
wrestler?
know. The Japanese
Yeah.
do not dump their wrestlers. They're
do
like
not.
honored.
They sure are. And Chris Dickinson wants Tomohiro Ishii April 1st
Oh, yeah.
in Dallas at the Lone Star Shootout. So there's this little promo video that got released on Twitter, and you can see he's like calling to him. So let's watch this together.
Ishii, meet me in Texas.
Oh, dang.
There is the full 2-minute video, and it's like super dramatic walk.
So Chris Dickinson was injured for a while, and it looks like he must be back ready to roll because it was the PWG event that he, right around the time they did the like indie Ring of Hall of Fame event, and he wasn't wrestling because of an injury. And so it's nice to see Dirty Daddy back in action. But okay, so another New Japan star, Jonah, he is going to Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8, which is like crazy hardcore wrestling. Like if you're into that, like I saw Josh Barnett wrestle and I was like, oh dang, him and Ren Narita had a great match a while back. And so yeah, Jonah's gonna be there. And Jonah, here we go. He's gonna be joining Jon Moxley, Minoru Suzuki, Timothy Thatcher, Biff Buzik, and Janai Kai, all at Bloodsport.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be. I mean, if Jon Moxley's there and Minoru Suzuki, Kaza Ninare, I mean, come on, it's gonna be great. And so, of course, where is it gonna be, Lexi? Where everything else is going on?
Is it gonna be here?
Oh, no, it's gonna be in Texas.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be in Texas.
But for all of us who aren't going to Texas, we can catch it on the Fight Network.
Wait, it's gonna be the same weekend as WrestleMania weekend?
It's everything's like freaking Dallas is gonna be just a never-ending wrestling match. Good God.
Their hotels are probably all sold out.
Oh yeah. It's probably like you gotta camp in your car if you want to like. Yeah. So March 31st. So like they're like creeping over. It's like March 31st, April. Oh man. Yep.
Wow,
Okay, hold
that
on.
is insane. Keith loves your shirt, Lady J.
Yeah, Robot Monsters. All right. Yeah, that's it. I mean, what are we gonna do when like WrestleMania week goes down? Because
I
it's not just
know.
WrestleMania. It's like the mecca for professional wrestling.
I'm wondering, and I know like in wrestling, you guys say they don't really take like a break. So I'm like, I thought like maybe after WrestleMania that was like their big thing, and then everybody has like a little like break.
No, it's like
But
everyone's gonna be there. It makes me think of like some of these, like I was watching something where like in India, they'll have like this religious festival that goes on for like a freaking month.
oh my
Yeah.
god,
This is what it feels like. A month of like the wrestling.
yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, and before we go, to honor the wrestlers, or maybe not honor them, but if you love yourself some like background stories, it looks like WWE has teamed up yet again with A&E. Yeah, that like old person channel with the biographies and stuff. But hello, these are wrestling legend biographies, like big stories. You can catch up on season 1. They had it back in April of last year, featuring eight 2-hour documentaries on Hall of Famers such as Steve Austin, Roddy Piper, Randy Savage, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, The Ultimate Warrior, Mick Foley, and Bret Hart. So if you need to like get a refresher on like the historic legends of professional wrestling, go find yourself some biography from last year. But let's see. Oh, dang. They also had WWE's Most Wanted Treasures, which featured Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Oh,
Yeah. So
interesting.
season 2, brush yourself up on some like wrestling biographies, people.
And I'm actually just looking at the news really quick before we go.
Yeah,
And it
because it
says
just
that former WWE ring announcer Tony Chimel, is that how you say his last name?
I don't
Tony
know.
Chimel. He's now working at Trader Joe's. Such a random fact.
I got ragged on for following Trader Joe's on Facebook. Tommy Mac's like, sick, eyeballs roll back, I'm going to sleep. But they were saying that people really like working there.
I love the Trader Joe's Facebook group.
This is, yeah. Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But
Oh, man.
yeah, I think that's all we've got. Oh, we've got a comment.
We
Or
got
a few
some
comments,
comments.
actually.
Manuel's like, hey, AEW comes to New Orleans in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. That's exciting. Are you going to the show? I'm wondering. And we've got
DC.
another comment. Says, great
Thank
show.
you,
Have a great
DC.
weekend, ladies. Have a great weekend. And I think that's all we've got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Kickass and Coffee. Clearly, I need a second cup. But
Coffee.
if you want to catch me again today, I'm actually doing a review at 10 with Billy on NXT UK.
Oh, dang.
So, yeah, don't miss that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, guys. Well,
Oh, we've got 2 more comments, actually.
the Wrestling Channel. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Hope you had fun. Hope you had a little bit of coffee time, coffee break with us.
Yes.
And if you like what you see, please feel free to give us a like, a share, a subscribe, because Lord knows if you freaking subscribe and we know about it, we might just share your stuff. Ninja Mac.
Yes.
Oh,
and
man.
you can also click the link down below and you can get a big playlist of all our Fight Kitties videos. And you can also get some awesome merch if you click the link
Yes.
down below. So until next time, you guys, I'm Lexi.
And I'm Lady J.
Bye.